What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Party Chat. I'm Matt, and that is Dan.
Hi, Matt. You right?
I am very well. I'm excited for this topic today.
Yeah.
Everyone out there doesn't even know what it is because
surprise.
we didn't give it a sneak preview last week because, to be honest, I didn't have a clue. I was with Ash and...
You knew he wasn't going to be here.
Yeah, so... Anyway, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Party Chat is a weekly show where a few of us get together and chat about any topic video game related. Generally, one of us brings it up and then it can be a question current or old or favourite listing, whatever, basically. And we talk for it for about 10-15 minutes. This week, in celebration of a recent announcement that was made this week, or last week rather, Roller Coaster Tycoon World has been announced for a December 10 release date on the PC. As soon as I read this, it got me very excited, remembering what Roller Coaster Tycoon meant to me as a kid. I spent a lot of time PC gaming growing up before I kind of really discovered consoles. I mean, I had consoles, but I was just more on the PC side. So I thought today, in tribute to the announcement, we could discuss some of our favourite PC games growing up. So just to clarify, this isn't PC games now. They have to be at least 10 years old, we'll say.
Okay.
Or trying to make it 8 years old?
No, I'm just trying.
18?
I'm just trying to think of what. Now all of these would sneak in. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Basically when we were kids.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot out first with one of my favourite, and that was the original Unreal Tournament. Now, this game was a shooter, which is maybe surprising for some people that have been watching us for a while, because I've always said that I'm not a big shooting fan. But this game was just, it was so good. Like, I loved playing it. I loved all the weapons. Like, the flat cannon was really good, the rocket launcher, and I knew all the worlds. And I think it was the first shooting game I ever played on a PC, because we got our first home computer in like the late 90s. And yeah, it was this and Quake 3 Arena were like the first three I played. But this game was so good. Did you ever play it? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I don't think I did. It's like, I know a lot of my like PC gaming growing up, there wasn't a lot of shooters that I did play until I got a little bit older. So it's like certain things just completely passed me by.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of what I did have was as shooters was usually things that I picked up due to World War II kind of stuff, because like even back then I was already into my history stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's what I knew. And so a lot more of the, I guess, without calling it the wrong thing here, like the more fantasy style like shooters of like stuff that's completely made up.
Yeah.
That didn't
fictional.
pique my interest. Yeah, fictional. Yeah, that didn't pique my interest.
That's fair enough. I mean, a little bit of kind of like interesting history on this is that actually the co-developer on this was Epic Games, that went on to make Gears of War.
Yeah.
So I think like I remember like the main characters, like some of the characters I believe were kind of like, I wonder if Marcus Phoenix was ever based on those, because they were like the big kind of brute guys and stuff. Now I think about it, it's like, oh yeah. But anyway, that's my first one. What? I'll let you pick some off your list. I don't want to just sit here and talk myself for 10 minutes, even though I could.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll leave with, like I said, history stuff was big influence on me even back then. So, but one of the games that I played a lot of hours in was Settlers 3.
You're going to have to help me. Okay. I have no idea what that is.
So basically, 3 and 4, but more 3, I think.
Okay.
You're basically acting as God to a group of, it was Romans, Egyptians, and then I can't for the life of me remember the last one. I think it was Asian based, so I want to say samurai.
Okay.
Or something along those lines.
Was it like a real-time strategy sort of game?
Not really. It's like, it was more of a case of you just had to build things. So you had to build up your resources, and then you had to build up your army.
Okay, I'm with you now.
And then you had to go out places, and you just had to conquer little parts of the map, because it wasn't like big armies. It was just like your army was just a big blob of people
Yeah.
that would then walk out. It was quite cartoony in style.
So there's a bit in some sort of game style, I suppose, to Sim City in like kind of you building or Civilization, maybe better.
Yeah, it's like I'll show you it once we're done filming,
Okay.
so you can actually see it properly. But it is very sort of so simple in what it does, but it's so addicting to sit there for hours and go right. As soon as my
One more
miner,
thing.
once my miner brings up that one more bit of coal and it gets taken to the metalwork or the blacksmith, he can make the iron, and then I've got iron to make the sword, and then after sword to recruit one more soldier, and then to war, kind of thing. It's literally like that.
It was like stage.
But you
I'm
could,
sure there's
you could
someone that would
follow literally everything as it was happening.
Yeah, that's cool. I did like talking of like kind of resource things. SimCity, I'm sure it's probably on your list.
Yeah.
That was one for me.
That
well.
was possibly one of the first, if not the very first, proper PC games that I played, because we got to do that at school.
Oh really?
When PCs were like becoming a bigger thing, like year 5, I think in
cool.
school. Like so that would have made me what 9, 10.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So that it was installed on those computers, and so we could just go play SimCity.
We never got to play video games at our school. What school did you go to?
I went to Lamar, mate.
Oh,
Why do you think I had a bad education?
God damn it. Went to the wrong school. We never got to... Well, actually, that's a lie. We did used to play some video games. I don't remember, like, back in... You know, remember you could always just download these little mini games off the internet?
Yeah.
But because we were all on dial-up, it took, like, 100 hours to download them. It's like, shit, 4 meg? Fucking hell. But we had this game called... It was Breakout. You know, like Atari's Breakout. But it was mini Breakout. So it was like literally about that big. And then we just put it in like the bottom corner of our IT lessons and just like subtly play it because like obviously it couldn't be seen. And that was about as exciting as it got for me in my IT classes. So going back to like proper games though, again on the shooting side was Battlefield 1942.
Okay.
But this was more multiplayer side. This came a little bit later for me. I was kind of 16, 17, 18 when I started playing this. Yeah. I kind of got introduced through friends, like kind of we started doing like a lot of LAN wars and stuff like that. And this was like the game that everyone went back to. Like, it was always Battlefield 1942. And I was never really a good foot soldier, but I always used to like fly the helicopters. I was quite good at flying those. Yeah. So that was always my jam. Either flying them or shooting them down. I was good at shooting them down. But yeah, capture the flag on Battlefield 1942. There was some... Anyone that was friends with me around that age will know like how like epic some of those rounds were. It's just like... those are actually some of my best video game memories, because you can still like picture like kind of being up to like 5 in the morning and like kind of like literally it would be capture the flag and it'd be first to 3.
Yeah.
But like a battle would last like 3 hours because it was just like so back and forward. So good.
Those are good.
So good. What else is your top of your list?
Top of my list. So we mentioned SimCity already.
Yeah.
I think another one that we can just say universally a lot of people played of our generation growing up was The Sims.
Yeah.
So I won't touch too much on that one.
Well, everyone,
because that's something everyone played. But I don't know if you remember this one, because it's kind of along the same lines. But Theme Hospital.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like everyone's heard of Theme Hospital. I never really got into it. Like I knew loads of people loved it.
Well, that's what I mean. As in, like, I didn't know if you'd played it.
I didn't play it extensively. But I remember like when everyone was like kind of growing up, getting older, and they were like, "Oh, I wish I could still play Theme Hospital," because it was like only compatible up to like Windows 98 or something.
Yeah, it honestly was like another really simplistic game of just like you are managing your hospital. You've got to build the wards to cope with whatever patient stuff, like problems come in. But it's just you build it, you watch it, and move on. So it kind of falls under the same vein as The Sims.
Yeah,
in my mind.
My only construction. Well, I said obviously SimCity, but then it was the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, which is where this all came from. But I used to play that a lot, and it was all just about. In my mind, it was trying to make my park visitors, whatever, throw up. That was always what I enjoyed doing, like giving them like the extreme rides to make them throw up. But those are always good fun. Yeah. But I should say, like nearly all of these games. Well, actually, Battlefield 1942 when we play multiplayer. But whenever I play like these construction games, SimCity, The Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and then later on Command and Conquer Generals.
Oh, yeah.
All of those games I would put cheats in. Like I would never play them authentically, like to try and build them up. I'd just be like infinite money.
But that's how you're meant to play this game.
I don't care. No, I don't have time for that.
No. I mean, you're meant to play them with the cheats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're just meant to build and watch. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, it's like I could I could grind it and earn my money properly.
It's like the funny thing, like SimCity. I don't know if you remember this, but like the money cheat code, it actually had a limit on how many times you could use it, and then the developers put in you would have an earthquake.
Oh, okay. I don't.
So what you would do is you'd start your world, it'd be completely blank, and you just put it in earthquake, put it in earthquake, put it in earthquake, and then you would roll with what you had.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Once you went up to the maximum.
I can't really remember that. I think I didn't play the original. I played 2000, so they might have changed it.
Okay, yeah, it's possible.
But yeah, never had the time to play the games properly.
No, but speaking of games that you put the cheats in for, like I had a run of these games. They were Star Wars ones, and they were the Jedi Knight games.
Nerd.
Yeah, I accept it.
Okay,
But it's the ones in which your main protagonist for most of the time was Kyle Katarn, who was in the old expanded universe quite an important character, but now he's been thrown out the window.
He's
It
nothing.
doesn't matter anymore.
there's no expanded universe anymore.
But yeah, it was the first time, or yeah, I guess you could say it's one of the first times I came across games where your choices kind of influenced how things would go. Because in the first one, in the very, very first game I never played, you are just more of a normal person. In the second one, you actually find out you have force powers and everything,
Okay.
and you're sort of like starting to learn you're a Jedi and everything. But then your father gets murdered by like a Sith dude. I can't remember all their names. I don't know if he was a Sith Lord.
Hey, you're like
It's
you're
a long
talk-
time ago.
You're
But-
talking to the right person
Yeah.
about not being criticised on Star Wars. I
Yeah.
know nothing about Star
But
Wars.
basically, it's a case of from that point on, your actions kind of influence whether you go light side or dark side, and that
Okay.
kind of
So
influences
you actually
the
can
story.
choose which way you
yeah,
go.
so you can actually build up your powers to strengthen you more for the dark side or the light side, depending on what you want to do.
Ah, the original Infamous.
Yeah. So there's like stuff like that. So those were always good, and then it's like I played two. Also, the second one, which was Jedi Knight.
Yeah.
The sequel to that, which was something or other, Mysteries of the Sith, I think.
I feel like I've heard of that.
And that one kind of split you off and had you also playing as another Star Wars character, Mara Jade, who was Kyle Katarn's like Padawan apprentice
Okay.
for a bit. And then you had Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Knight Outcast, which returns you to being Kyle after he's put up his lightsaber from the events of Mysteries of the Sith.
Okay.
Because in that one he does kind of go more dark side because he gets influenced by going to a temple and all of that.
Spoilers, by the way,
Yeah.
for everything. No one has got any chance of playing these games now.
And
But
then there was also Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Academy, in which you play a completely
God,
new
they were
character.
milking it, weren't
No,
they?
they over the time, but it was really
Yeah.
good games because it's like combination of first person shooter and third person action adventure platforming
Yeah.
stuff. Because like the way it encouraged you was first person if you were using a gun, breach out third person if you pull your lightsaber out, kind of thing. And overall, it was fun, but again, it was ones I basically put the cheats in and just said, right, I'm invincible.
Yeah.
Off you go. Give me all my force powers.
That's the thing I miss most about PC gaming now is the fact that obviously PC gaming you have like all these mods and cheats still that exist.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's how you're supposed to properly play them, but I still enjoyed them. Well, that's pretty much most of them. But I just want to close. Before we close, I want to give a couple of
Yeah.
honourable mentions, some shout outs, some other good games. Original Call of Duty, very good game
Yes.
on the PC. That was a PC exclusive. Really good campaign because at the time we'd had lots and lots of Medal of Honor, and this kind of just took World War II shooters to the next level.
Yeah, because it was the first one that basically went, you're not alone.
Yeah,
Here is the rest of your squad. They might not look like they're doing too much, but they are.
but yeah, you're actually in a team rather than some sort of weird super soldier that's just
Yeah.
taking on everyone. So that was really good. Far Cry, the original Far Cry was a PC exclusive, although they did release Far Cry Instincts on the Xbox. But again, that was at the time that was like you had to have a top of the line PC to play this game. This was like the Crisis of the early noughties.
Yeah.
13 was another first person shooter. Loving my first person. See, I like first person shooters on the PC because the mouse gives
It's a lot easier to
universal.
react.
Yeah,
to the
I
mouse.
just can't do it on consoles. I think maybe that's why I don't like them that much anymore. It's because I grew up playing them on the PC, and then when I went to
You
consoles,
basically weren't being able to play Twitch shooting.
Yeah.
And then you kind of gone to stick, and it's a lot more slow paced.
when I kind of went all in on consoles, I kind of sacrificed first person. But 13 was a very good kind of. It was kind of done all as like comic book cartoon style, and then Trackmania. I mentioned it earlier in the Game of the Week show. If you watched that, but that was another really fun, high-paced racing game.
Yeah. My couple of other ones, just very quickly, again keeping on the nerd Star Warsy theme, was X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Those flight simulators.
Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I didn't even mention that
as well. But that was just continual, like, so many levels and so on, and that. And just fly around, pilot. And it was just generally fun. Actua Soccer, which was
on the PC.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Sega game?
Possibly,
Not
but
Sega, PS1 even?
I remember playing that on the PC, so it's not a PC exclusive.
Okay.
But it's one that I remember growing up playing, and I think at the time it was like when Ghana was one of the better teams you could play as.
God.
That's just a random thing that I remember playing.
Fair enough. God. I know we're going to end it now, but that's one I really wish. I can't believe I forgot about the flight simulators. I had like one of the. Did you ever have like one of the fancy joysticks? You have like the joystick there, like, you know, and it had like the throttle gauge,
Throttle and the rudder, and
the rudders.
yes, but I didn't buy that for Flight Simulator. It's like I had other piloting games
Okay.
and so on, like one that you will never have heard of, and it's completely obscure. It's just A10 Cuba.
You're right. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Really, really bad graphics if you look at it now, but it's just so simple and fun.
Graphics aren't everything. But no. Alright, it's good. I'm sure there are many, many more that I have forgotten.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'll
there
be
are
kicking myself.
names of some that I just can't remember.
Yeah, but those were the ones. Obviously, they must have had the biggest influence because we still remember them. Just literally off the bat, we were so organised in this show that literally we're like, should we talk about PC games? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Shh! Don't break the illusion.
It's fine. There's not really any illusion. I don't want them to think we're organised. Like, is that the best they can come up with when they're organised? No, we weren't organised. So it makes the quality seem better. So let us know in the comments down below what some of your favourite PC games were growing up as a kid, or even if you only play PC now. If you are a kid, then obviously let us know what you're enjoying. You don't need to say Minecraft. That's a given. Everyone seems to like Minecraft, but.
And also, if they have any topics they want us to discuss.
Yes, we've been given one, and it will be coming very soon. So, yes, if you do include them, we will add them to our list, and we will be getting to them shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Dan.
Cheers, man.
And everyone out there, thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.